at Oshkosh Sunday, and off to a little bit of a rough start here. The airfield's mostly shut down to arrivals, at least for little tires. Big tires are still letting come in, but most guys are stuck probably 20-30 miles at airports around the area waiting for the ground to kind of harden up because it's a little muddy around here right now from all that rain. And we got a phone call yesterday about our 172 we flew up here. Not such good news. So that's what happened last night when the storms rolled through. And the nice guys over here at Platinum Aviation did not feel the need to tie down the airplane. They thought some chocks would hold it. Well, it looks like M0A is having the same problem as Flight Mike Alpha right now. Hopefully his spar is intact, but that's just not real good. Not good at all. So as it turns out, we weren't the only ones having some trouble. These carbon cubs actually were tied down in the grass with those yellow claw anchors, actually pulled right out of the ground and left pretty large holes in the ground. They resecured them once they had blown into the ditch. Two really cool guys that had flown these pretty much brand new carbon cubs all the way from Washington State. They were actually in pretty good spirits despite the fact that their airplanes were quite bent up and they wouldn't be flying them home. They're gonna be flying home commercial, but still, they were having a good time, at least being at Oshkosh, and they were safe on the ground. These yellow claw anchors usually work pretty well, definitely on heavier nose gear airplanes, probably not so much on really lightweight tailwheel aircraft. And these little anchors from Home Depot that we tried to use to resecure our airplane once we moved it off the FBO's ramp onto the grass area, it literally snapped off while I was screwing it into the ground. Not the best thing. That's the hole that was left by that yellow claw anchor from the carbon cubs when they got pulled out of the ground there and dragged into the ditch. So overall, not a real great day for anybody. 5 airplanes overall got damaged there at Appleton. The winds were probably a little stronger. This guy seemed to have the right idea with how to secure his Cirrus. So we were really dealing with the aftermath of all that on Saturday night and into Sunday. And Sunday, they had shut down all the arrivals, of course, for the mud, finally reopened them right about 6 p.m. and it was like opening the floodgates. We drove out in the truck towards Fisk arrivals on a little search for where ATC was exactly to go ahead and show you guys what it looks like as they're guiding in all of these airplanes into Oshkosh. We just got a text from Oshkosh. What the text say?
Osh arrival, if you're on your way to Osh and still on the ground, wait 45 minutes to depart due to traffic saturation.
That sounds shocking. How could
Very
they possibly
shocking.
be traffic saturated after shutting down arrivals for over a day? And where in the world are the controllers? Richard has a brilliant idea.
We're just going to give them a call on the radio and see where they're at. As soon as we get a break in the traffic.
See if they can drop a pin and text it to us.
Highway over Fisk. You're fine. He's fine. You're fine. The taildraggers continue straight up. Continue going. Straight up the tracks. You're fine. Another low wing half mile south of Fisk. Rock your wings. All aircraft that are inside of Fisk going to 27. Monitor tower on 18.5. If you're going to runway 36, monitor tower 126.6. My low wing directly over Fisk. Start that right turn at a left base for runway 36. Good job. Keep that right turn going. Good job. Good job. All the aircraft, keep that spacing going, 1 mile spacing. I'm seeing lots of aircraft down the tracks that are side by side. If it's side by side or it's over and under, it's not going to work. Give me that 1,890 knots if you can. If you're starting to encroach on the guy in front of you, you're going to have to break it out, return to ripping. We're trying to clear the holding. Low wing over Fisk, rock your wings. Good jobs. Continue up the tracks for runway 27, and you're downwind inside the gravel.
Breaking out. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Whoever just broke out, north of the tracks there. Good job. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I got a motor glider.
I got a motor glider. Rock your wings for me. Good job. Again, turn right in the left base for runway 36. Nice job. I'm on the tower at 126.6.
I got an RV north of the tracks.
North of the tracks.
You gotta have to turn left. That's not going to work.
Turn left heading 270. I've got too many aircraft behind you. The RV that's directly over Fisk now. Directly over Fisk. Turn left. Turn left. Turn left. Turn left. Turn left. Turn left. There you go. Thank you.
Oh, the other one's doing it. Let him do it too. That's fine.
Okay, and the assessment, the highway directly over Fisk. Start a right turn heading 270.
It's a tail dragger. It's not a
taildragger. Good job. RV, that's right. Continue the left turn heading 270. I've got a high wing or a low wing that's directly over Fisk. Like a Cirrus. Start or continue up the tracks for the downwind to runway 27 inside the
Tri-pacer. The tri-pacer. Turn right.
The pacer. Turn right. Right heading 120 to the east-west road.
There you go. Cirrus.
Cirrus, continue up the track,
doing
stay
good.
inbound
Northeast.
for the right downwind to runway 27. Radial engine, start a right turn. Radial engine
Yeah.
over Fisk, turn
Yeah.
right, heading over the Yak. Sorry, the Yak or the Nanchang, turn right, heading 270. Sorry, right turn heading 090, enter left base for runway 36. There you go, good job. The Bonanza, just put it
Overall, pretty cool day. Really neat seeing how things work out at Fisk. Pretty low tech, but it works. 3 guys working in a team, or guys and girls, spotting airplanes, calling out the directions for those airplanes, directing them to which runways, and then 1 person working the radio and constantly rotating in and out, taking breaks. Really intense, and they do an amazing job staying calm through that whole thing. Huge bummer about the airplane. That we found out about that on Saturday, and we're really busy Saturday night and into Sunday with that. Luckily, you know, we're gonna get that call from the insurance company Monday morning. Hopefully, have some updates on it. And in the meantime, we're just camped out here right at 21st and Elm Street. Come by and say hi if you guys are in the area. And we'll be hanging out here most nights, just having a few beers and sitting by the campfire, enjoying ourselves, trying to relax a little bit and forget about the whole airplane situation. Not the end of the world, but just a huge bummer, huge speed bump for Carly's flight training, and trying to get her private on this trip to Oshkosh and back to Florida. We'll be, like I said earlier, we'll be posting a lot of those videos of her and I flying from Florida up to Oshkosh later on, so they're a little bit out of order. They're more flight instructional geared. Hopefully you guys can learn a little bit, as she was learning a bunch on our way up here. Still an amazing trip to get here, and you know, excited for the show to really be kicking off here and getting going. People are arriving. They're opening up more and more grounds each day as the ground dries out. Things are getting better, so we will see you guys tomorrow with a little bit of footage of some air show and maybe some of the ultralight runway when the Flying Cowboys get out there and do their thing tomorrow night.